A St. Louis City judge is leading an effort to bring a different kind of prison program to Missouri inmates.
Now, this plan calls for no new prisons, no harsher sentences. Instead, it involves 20 minutes of quiet meditation twice a day. Chain gangs. Old-fashioned, but more and more, this is how many Americans would like to see prisoners serve their time. But Missouri prisoners could be trying something different.
This is transcendental meditation, which increases the alertness of the mind.
That's Maharishi Mahesh Yogi, better known simply as the Maharishi. He first gained national attention while teaching Transcendental Meditation, or TM, to the Beatles. Now, St. Louis Circuit Court Judge David Mason wants to teach it to criminal offenders here.
If you have a higher consciousness of self and you believe in yourself, you're not likely to view yourself as someone who ought to be a criminal or someone who should be doing things that could cause them to be in prison.
TM is an excellent antidote to the stressed, highly explosive and tense situations that prisons everywhere represent.
Instructors at Maharishi University in Iowa say research supports their claims of the benefits of TM. In a meeting with Judge Mason today, they talked about ways to make Missouri corrections officials aware of its potential. Judge Mason is hoping to convince the state to try TM on a focus group of parolees and then study the results. He knows his idea is going to raise eyebrows.
I hope to spark some controversy so that people will start to have within correctional policy circles a serious and open debate about the use of transcendental meditation as a way of helping both our prisoners and our probationers and parolees.
Now, transcendental meditation is used in many foreign prison systems, including those in England. It has also been taught to prisoners and correction staffs in several pilot programs in American prisons.
Now some want to use it to deter violence.
Circuit Court Judge David Mason has seen it all. Frustrated that his own courtroom has become a revolving door for criminals, Mason plans to add mandatory transcendental meditation to the sentencing and probation phase of certain convictions.
Particularly with those who are engaging in violent crime, who are engaging in persistent criminal behavior for no real good reason, or those who simply view crime as a viable alternative in their life because their self-esteem is so low that they don't see something beyond crime for themselves.
Founded by Maharishi Mahesh Yogi 38 years ago, TM is an easy and inexpensive technique that restores mental and internal balance, or calmness. It's practiced twice daily for 20 minutes a setting. Farouk Anglasaria is with the Maharishi or TM International University in Iowa. He's in Missouri now to address state judicial and criminal experts and help Judge Mason sell others on the reported benefits of TM.
Automatically, the thinking becomes more orderly. If we want to make behavior more orderly, we have to make thinking more orderly. And in order to make thinking more orderly, use transcendental meditation, make the offender's consciousness more orderly, and you will automatically produce an orderly thinking individual and an orderly behaving individual.
According to supporters, TM is now an integral part of rehabilitation at 29 prison programs nationwide. Pat Hotfelder works with Missouri's prison and parole system, and while he applauds innovative techniques, he argues 40 minutes a day can't erase deep-seated problems.
The problems are families that don't care about their kids. The problems are kids who are without supervision. The problems are kids who don't know right from wrong.
Now, Mason stresses TM would not replace incarceration, but could be applied in conjunction with other more traditional counseling methods for criminals in and out of prison. Rick?
Well, Deanne, what about the judge himself? Does he use and practice TM?
I did ask him that. He says he has not yet learned the method or his mantra. He says he wants to, but he's been too busy right now trying to gather support for TM, and he says he would like to implement it in one of the cases he hears as early as this week if the case applies.
It'll be interesting to see what happens.
Yes, it will.
Criminals may soon be facing a new and unusual sentence here in St. Louis. Besides prison time or community service, one St. Louis judge wants to force offenders to meditate. Darren Horton is live now at the Municipal Court building downtown with more. Darren.
Dilva, hundreds of criminals enter this court building each day. Some serve time, some end up in rehab, others end up doing community service. Those are the common punishments which have been used over the years with minimal effect. Now a judge by the name of David Mason wants to try something new. It is a simple practice which has been used all over the world. It's called Transcendental Meditation, or TM. All it requires is sitting comfortably with your eyes closed in silence. It's said to have a calming effect. Judge David Mason thinks it can help prevent crime.
Anything that helps one gain a greater consciousness of self helps one gain a greater sense of one's value. Once you gain a sense of your personal value, you start to see yourself as something other than a person who's a drug addict or a person who has to commit crime in order to get what they want.
It is already used in prisons in Senegal, and recently inmates in California started using TM. Farouk Egelsaria not only practices it, he's taught TM workshops in prisons around the world.
In order to change behavior, you have to make the person's thinking more orderly. In order to make thinking more orderly, what is necessary is to make his consciousness more orderly.
Judge Mason doesn't advocate transcendental meditation as the only answer for crime, but says in addition to serving time, TM can be very effective in rehabilitating criminals.
So it's not going to detract in any manner from the existing correctional or penal process. What we're talking about is really adding to.
Now, learning TM can be very costly. Some of the classes cost as much as $700. The judge does not know if the parole board will pick up that fee like it does with Alcoholics Anonymous, or if the criminals will pay it. Reporting live from downtown, Darren Horton, News 30. Back to you, Dilva.
Okay, thank you. Interesting there, Darren. Thank you very much.
All right.